Oh, let's get this video going.
Hi guys,
Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about a new palette that I picked up from the Shop Hush website, and it is this Divine palette from Bad Habit. As you can see, the packaging on this palette is gorgeous, very, very pretty. And me being a package person, of course, when I see pretty packaging, I'm like, I gotta have it. But let's just jump right into this palette. Now, from what I understand, this palette is supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha Denona Star palette. Now, your girl does not have the Star palette from Natasha Denona, okay? I only own one Natasha Denona palette, and that was gifted to me. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. But I own one Natasha Denona palette because $125 is just a little steep for my taste. And those palettes, to me, in my personal opinion, don't look like they're worth $125, I believe. $169. Whoa! I was thinking it was $125. I'm thinking of the Pat McGrath, I guess. $169? Yeah, no. No, I would never. No, I won't be paying $169 for Natasha Denona, especially not when Bad Habit is coming out with these bomb dupe palettes. Now, I know some of you guys out there are like anti-dupe, anti-this, anti-that. What I do like about Bad Habit is that they do create their own designs for their palettes. Their palettes are unique. They do have their own look to them. It's a decent quality palette, quite honestly, to be $16. Okay, this is $16 compared to the Natasha Denona, which is $169. I stand corrected. And it's like these eyeshadows, I used them to create this look today, and I absolutely love it. I just couldn't imagine another eyeshadow palette that this is comparable to being worth that amount of money when I could pay $16 for this. So let me just read here the description on this palette from the Shop Hush website. It says, new Bad Habit Divine Eyeshadow Palette, 18 goddess-inspired shadows, offering a majestic array of 9 lustrous metallics and 9 creamy mattes. The collection of neutrals, bold hues, sparkling highlights, and 2 duochrome shadows create wearable day and dramatic nighttime looks. These super soft pigments are highly blendable with strong color payoff. Now, like I said, I do not own the Natasha Denona, so this is not going to be a comparison video, but I will go ahead, do some swatches on this palette for you guys to see, and just give you my basic opinion of, you know, this palette based on my first impression of just using it to create this look today. So let's go ahead and just jump into some swatches right quick. Okay, you guys, so this is the whole complete Divine palette swatched. Hopefully you can see those clearly, but as you can see, there's some very nice shades that you can create some beautiful colors and looks with. So just some thoughts that I have on this palette, you guys. First of all, the construction of this palette is nice, very nice. It's the usual cardboard packaging from Bad Habit, but they always come up with these really, really pretty designs, and it also has, you know, a nice usable mirror in here, which is great. I don't care about mirrors myself, but I know a lot of people do, so having a mirror in there is always nice. As far as these shadows, I mean, getting, what is it, 18 shadows in this palette for 16 bucks, that's less than $1 per shadow, not including packaging and mirror and everything else. So how could you possibly complain about the price when it's less than $1 per shadow? As far as the matte shades in this palette, they're very nicely pigmented. I went in, as you can see, with a nice burgundy shade and kind of deepened my crease with one of the darker brown shades, and I put this duochrome shadow, which is Poseidon. I put Poseidon all over my lid today, so that is how I created this look. Very simple, very easy. When I was swatching, since I only used, what, 1, 2, 3 shadows out of this palette to create this look. It's a very simple look. But when I was swatching the shadows, I did notice that The mattes were a little bit powdery. When I used this shade here, it had a lot of kick up in the pan, but I don't mind that because the pigment is there. It's one thing if you have kick up and no pigment, but I'll take the kick up if I have pigment. So I do like that. As far as the shimmer shadows, like I said, when I was swatching them, I found that they were a little bit powdery. I don't really care for that, but considering the fact that all you have to do is just wet your brush or use a little bit of Fix Plus, you can definitely get a nice pop of color on your lid. As you can see, I went ham with that Poseidon on my lids today. I just put it all over my lids and I love it. But yeah, you can definitely get a nice color payoff with these shimmer shadows as well with wetting your brush. So my overall thoughts on this palette, it's a great palette. I really like it. When I first saw it, I kind of felt like, what am I going to do with that palette? You know, your girl likes the bright pops, the purples, the blues, the greens, but this is a very nice change of pace for me to kind of tone me down a little bit, calm me down, and, you know, try to have a little grown-up look today. So, anywho, those are my thoughts on this palette. I really like it. I definitely think it's worth the 16 bucks, and I don't have the Natasha Denona Star palette to compare it to, but from what I understand, this is a great dupe for that palette. So anywho, enough of that. If you'd like to see how I created this look on my eyes today, stay tuned because it's coming up next.